Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, it's going to be Bogus versus Canata here on Heartbreak Ridge, a TBT for ya. Bogus is INnoVation in StarCraft 2, so I think I'm just going to call him INnoVation because that's where he had the most success. I think INnoVation maybe retired from StarCraft 2. INnoVation... SC2. He was just a young kid when he started playing Brood War, and he didn't really have a lot of success out there, and then StarCraft 2 came out, and man, he dominated for a while. He's 30 years old, years active, 2012 to 2021. Yeah, I think he retired last year. So anyway, we will honor him by casting a TBT of his back in 2008. This is a 1.16 replay. Got this off of Team Liquid's Brood War forums a few years ago. And on the left side, it's going to be INnoVation, our yellow Terran player. On the right side of Heartbreak Ridge, it is a red Terran player, Canata. Now, Canata, a very excellent Terran player of Korean origin. But, though he showed promise breaking into the major leagues, he kind of just didn't get very far. He never won a Premier tournament, didn't place very well in Premier tournaments. But he had some success in team leagues. So, I don't know. So we will see. We'll see who comes out on top here in this TVT for you for your Saturday. And this SCV is up to no good. Yep, Proxy Barracks opening here from Canata. Barracks coming up at his choke from INnoVation. Both players starting their gas early, so we are not going to see Marines. Well, not a lot of Marines anyway. Just right into factory, maybe after 1 or 2 Marines. Okay, very, very good. And yeah, if you're excited for this TVT, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. Everything should be excellent here for us today. And yeah, I'm just trying to get to 100,000 subs in 2024. I feel like it's a good year for getting 100,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And if you have subscribed already, thanks. I appreciate ya. I really do. That's what I appreciate about ya. If you haven't watched Letterkenny, I'm going to recommend that one. I don't know. Depending on where you are in the world, it's going to be on different streaming services. I think it's on Crave in Canada. It's Canadian in origin. It's on Hulu in America if you're an American. And if you're, I don't know, if you're in Germany or France or England or something, I have no idea where you're supposed to get Letterkenny. Aha! Steve the SCV is too fat to squeeze between these two buildings and get inside. You've been hard-walled, buddy. Ooh, Marine pops out on the outside. Run, Marine! Okay. Yeah, now the Marine is svelte enough to slip between these two buildings and not get stuck on the outside like the SCV was. That's your word of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Svelte. S-V-E-L-T. I think sometimes there's an E at the end. I think actually all the time there's an E at the end. If I'm remembering how to spell svelte. Yep, it is. Svelte. Oh. He got a Marine kill. Nicely done, Canata. He's getting a nice scout off here, too, but this SCV is going to hunt him down because his HP is very low and he is dead. He is a dead nerd. All right, it's a good scout. He's floating the barracks in for scouting purposes, too, to see what's going on. Svelte. What's the origin of the word svelte? Oh, it's French. Oh. By way of French, from the Italian svelto, which comes from the Italian verb svelare, which means to pluck out or to pull or stretch out. In English, svelte has been used since the early 19th century to describe a slender appearance. There you go. Svelte. All right, good word. Good word of the day. And yes, JLC, you're welcome for this replay, man. What do we got? What do we got? Spider Mines being researched here by Canata. Both players working on vultures. Makes sense. Early game. You can only make vultures until you've got that machine shop anyway. Okay, so that SCV is tooling around. Again, scout off, sees the tank, gets a scout on that, sees the vulture, says, okay, it's not just vultures, it's going to be an early tank out and a push out here too, and expanding behind it is Inno, but he's late. Kanata's second base is already coming up. So that is not going to bode well here for the early game for INnoVation, although having a siege tank here is, it's going to be nice against enemy vultures, that's for sure. Look at this Spider Mine research. Kanata's like, come on, Spider Mines. Come on, Spider Mines. You don't take that long to research. Let's go. And he does. He gets the Spider Mines down. Ah, look at this vulture stuck behind this siege tank. It's like driving behind an 80-year-old man on the road. Get out of the way, Grandpa! Honk, honk. He's totally stuck behind him like the whole way over here. Which is hilarious. Now, as we all know, vultures don't trigger spider mines, your spider mines, or the enemy's spider mines. So you can safely go over them here. INnoVation can't get over them, but the tank can't get in. So you're outnumbered, right? It's 4 vultures versus 3 vultures. The siege tank can't really participate because it doesn't have siege mode. Man, if siege mode is getting researched here, that might actually be kind of rad. But not what INnoVation is working on, intriguingly. They're both making SCVs. Vultures both working on a vulture speed. Another factory coming in from INnoVation. The floating barracks scouting out sees the expansion timing of Inno. Yeah, just always very funny to me that you just scout with your barracks in TVT because no one's making stuff that shoots up in the first few minutes. I guess those early Marines technically shot up, but they're dead now. So hey, let's send those barracks out on an just life-changing adventure to scout and see what's going on in the enemy base, and whoever decides to make stuff that shoots up first is gonna win that battle. Who needs to get scans when you have barracks? Terran has so many OP ways to scout, man. Canata moving out. Intriguingly, down 26 to 33 worker, or he's up, sorry, 33 to 26 workers, Canata is. So he's got a bit of a bigger vulture ball. Oh, I don't know, there's a lot down here from INnoVation too. Ay caramba. Yeah, Kanata's floating a bit of cash, so I think he would have more. So he throws up more factories. He says, my spending isn't great, so let's go ahead and toss up some factories to get more production. Ah, there we go. Spider mining the high ground. It's got this little spoke of the wheel too. This is kind of like wheel spokes coming out of this center, right? Center, right? Spokes. He's just spider mining up all the spokes. It's a fun word to say, I've decided. Spoke. Anyway, Academy coming up from INnoVation. Probably for Comsat. Really not much of a chance he decides to try to go for Marines and Firebats and stuff against 1 million vultures. It's a terrible idea. Vultures trade really well. Why would you land this at all? I guess he's like trying to create a traffic jam or something so that units can't come out of the main base of Canata and get into the natural base, but then you just get shot at and you're forced to lift. So INnoVation coming over the spider mines, they don't, they're not going to trigger. Oh gosh, ow! Not going to trigger on the vultures, they will on the tanks. But it's just, it gives Canata advance notice that we're coming. My gosh, this is a massive vulture battle. Who's winning this? I don't know. Looks pretty close. Neither player's retreating. There you go. Canata backs out. He's got tanks to back him up. Doesn't have doesn't have siege mode, and Spider-Mine's now on the way from Inno. He's like, I just want to kill all of your vultures. We'll worry about the tanks later. Come on in. The water's great. Yeah. 34 to 43 workers in favor of Canata here. Nice worker advantage. All's looking fine and dandy. Very fine and dandy. Scans are coming in. Who's got the scans? INnoVation has the scans. Oh, and Canata has the scans too, so who knows? Who knows who's going to be scanning when we hear the scan sound? Usually we know it's the Terran player, but in this case, there are 2 of them. So look, who's scanning? I don't know who that was. It's kind of hard to tell. Siege mode is on the way from Canata. More and more factories being produced all the time. Siege tanks. God. Man, trying to lay spider mines among these siege tanks, and actually vultures, I think, took that tank down just with regular old attacks, which is crazy. And yeah, man, keeping the enemy tank count down is a beautiful way to win. Even if you're in a TVT, it's very good no matter what. Oh, spider mine connections are real. Siege mode on the way from both players about at the same time. It is all vultures all of the time here. I don't know if I said this earlier, but this is a 2008 replay. That's what 1.16 was. Oh, can you just jump in here? My gosh, 2 tanks just popped at just the right time from Canata to try to save the day here. His vultures not happy, but siege tanks, oh, they will fight well against vultures. Siege mode is even done here from Canata, but he's like, nah, I want to be able to, okay. gonna say be mobile, but then siege tanks got laid on your tanks anyway, sir. And oh my gosh, somehow the tanks did. Oh, now the tanks are dead. Yeah, there we go. Just keep laying spider mines. If the first 3 don't do it, throw 5 or more down, and that'll take care of it. No problem. Ooh, I know where this scan was because we saw it. We saw it. Third base coming in from Inno at the third base location here on Heartbreak Ridge. That was a scan by Inno in here, and this. More scans out here by Canata to see where Inno is, where he's sharking around with his Vultures. Any upgrades? No. Nobody has an armory. We're both working on our first armories here. So this is 0-0 mech versus 0-0 mech. Third base winning here from INnoVation. I thought somebody was taking the center. I thought INnoVation was up here, but nah. He's not going to try to take his third base and take another base here. All right, enough battles. Are there? Oh man, these siege tanks siege up. Get some shots off on retreating units, and that tank is low on HP and assassinated. Got a group of yellow and red spider mines down here, which makes it look like there's a battle happening on the minimap, but there's not because trickeration. Ooh, there we go, getting a Wraith up. Here is Canata. He's like, all right, well, if the enemy, if INnoVation's not going to make any Goliaths here, Wraiths are a great answer. Because nothing that exists for INnoVation right now can shoot up. He's getting his own starport, though, so could see Wraith versus Wraith battles here in the future. Getting up in the minimum attack range of a siege tank and just obliterating it, just bullying that siege tank to death. That's exactly what happened there. 4 and more vultures coming in. My gosh, the vulture on vulture crime here is pretty intense. Siege tank swinging in from the right side from Canata kind of helped win that battle. Third base though, Canata, think you need one. Dude, INnoVation's on 3 bases. He's up 56 to 44 workers. He's an entire base up. Oh, did he sneak in the back way? Yeah, he snuck in the back way to get his own third base. Come on. You've got the cash for it, and there it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So it's just late. I mean, I feel like INnoVation's been ahead. No, he was late on the natural, and now he's ahead on the third base by a lot, though. So I think that the math adds up to INnoVation being ahead. Wraiths all in here. And then, oh, INnoVation gets his own Wraith out. Wraith versus Wraith battles. Who will win? Looks like INnoVation's got to run for it. Okay, or not. I like this Wraith. It's like, well, I'm alone here. Good times. Good times. One-on-one Wraith battles. That's what this is all about. Oh, no. Delayed construction on this third base of Canata's 3 vultures. Come in. Oh, snipe the SCV. Look at him. Look at him. No, he's not sniping the SCV. Doesn't quite have the awareness to do that. And we got our first Goliaths of the day. They don't have Charon boost. But who cares? They're going to wipe out this scouting barracks that has been scouting since the 2-minute mark for Canata. It will now pay for its crimes with its death and its destruction. Swinging around the south side, INnoVation trying to get something done, but good reaction time from Canata getting up there and intercepting and just kind of... Boy, that wasn't even close, was it? No. Okay, tanks? There are... Oh, gosh, you guys. You guys. Actually, that went better than expected. None of the tanks died. I think one of them took a hit, which isn't ideal, but hey. No tanks died, and he kind of walked into a spider mine without detection. He scanned, yes, but he went into that without detection. Looks like maybe Canata wants to take this top left base, which is his by the expansion patterns of this map. Heartbreak Ridge has some weird expansion patterns for each player. But that does mean top left is Canata's. Trying to get in here to this third base. Intercepted a little bit, just trying to buy time, and then Vultures get inside this mineral line. SCV count was 57. It's lower than that now. Is there enough? Is there enough? Yes, completely shuts this down. INnoVation does. Oh, and then leaves this Dude, Vulture, no, stay here. Kill SCVs. Don't chase. No, don't. Once again, just little bits of kind of failing on awareness from Canata. There are, in fairness, a lot of things going on here for a TVT. This has not been set up your tank lines and then go take a nap. From TVT, sieging up way more tanks for INnoVation here. Wiping out enemy tanks. Oh, good connection there, though. Inno loses one of his siege guys. See, those Spider-Mines wipe out all three of those Goliaths that were stepping up to get rid of this tank, but nope. Not allowed. How many times am I going to say tank in this game? A billion, I would guess. Charon Boost just finished in from Canata. Both players are getting drop ships. 2 drop ships at a time from Canata, 1 from INnoVation. This is a good map for dropping, because you can drop from your main to your enemy's 4th base pretty quick. I mean, this could also be a 5th base, but you know what I mean. Just this location makes it hard to hold. Yeah, Kanata's like, I'm going to make sure INnoVation doesn't get his 4th base, and I'm going to take a 4th base up here. The 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock kind of belong to nobody at the moment. Looks like INnoVation wants the 6 o'clock, but Spider-Mines are blocking his ability to throw down the command center there. INnoVation's also floating about 2,000 minerals. So yeah, this is young Inno. His ability to spend cash perfectly is just not quite there yet. He gets much, much better at it as he gets older and seriously becomes a StarCraft 2 legend. Aw, did you just lose a tank to a Spider-Mine? Sure did. Here comes the drops. These drops are for some reason used to defend this bottom right. Not well, mind you. It's 4 tanks to 2 at this stage, and that's not what you want to see. And then a drop top left forces a liftoff on Kanata's 4th base up here. So yeah, that's not going to work out at all. SCVs have to evac all the way over here to the 3rd base. But we didn't bring any Goliaths with us to kill this command center, so... Or we're building turrets, though. Fair enough. Oh, and then Wraiths from Canata come in to shut down the turret production. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 hits from a Wraith with 0 attack upgrades to kill an SCV. Boy, that's a lot of hits. Their ground attack is abysmal. Okay, so Inno does wipe out the Canata presence in the bottom right. He can expand here now, and he's building a command center to 6 o'clock. Still has a ton of cash floating. And now these Wraiths, now that these turrets aren't coming up, they can kill siege tanks. At least, oh boy, here comes a responding drop, though. Yeah, a couple Goliaths with Charon Boost is enough to handle that. Thanks for asking. And then Canata drops down here to make sure Inno doesn't actually have the bottom right base. Just kidding, he says. Or if it was 1995, you'd say, psych! Oh, and this command center now has to flee because now there are Goliaths. Yeah, man. Bringing Goliaths on the initial attack would have been better than trying to build some turrets there from Inno. But, you know, you live and you learn is how this works. And plus, this is a 2008 replay. Like, I don't know. Nobody has anything more than 10 years of experience in Brood War at this point, which is a lot, in fairness. Anyone that started playing in 1998 is going to have 10 years of experience in 08. But are there any pros that... the pro scene didn't really exist in 1998, right? The game came out in March, and then the expansion came out in October. So we didn't have Brood War until the last, 3 months of the year. And then 99 happened, and then I want to say it was more around the year 2000 that it started becoming a professional sport. I know there was some kind of an economic downturn in South Korea around that time, and a lot of unemployed Korean dudes were just spending a ton of time in PC cafes called bangs and just playing StarCraft. And that is really what made the game take off in Korea. Anyway, drops! Drop it in! Are there enough units here from Inno to wipe out this... Okay. No, definitely not. Canata has way more stuff down here. INnoVation's drop was wiped out. Wipe out! +1 attack for the mech from Canata. +2 attack from Inno on his mech, though. Oh, yeah. Kanata's trying to catch up. But he just, if you don't have better upgrades, overwhelm with force. There is a science facility down here for further upgrades. Defensive Matrix would be okay. I'm trying to think. Have I ever seen Defensive Matrix in a TVT? I don't know that I have. Science vessels don't seem to have a lot of value. Another drop, bottom right. And it was like, no, really, I'd like to have this base. I have top left. I want this one too. And boy, howdy, does he completely destroy that setup that Canata had down here. This command center is deader than a doornail. Goliath's trying to cover here. Oh. Canata's sieging tanks inside his main to fire on this bottom right base. That's how close these bases are. And from the inside your main base, hit it with siege tanks. Yeah, command center floated at the 12 o'clock for Canata. He really needs this income to survive. Here comes another drop. Man, this has been a very drop-heavy TVT, and I love it. I'm having a great time with it. And yeah, Canata just rolls this position by INnoVation top left. So naturally, again, INnoVation's expanding along the bottom, and Canata's expanding around the top. We had a bit of a unnatural expansion pattern, and now it's back to normal, I think. I think that's what, oh gosh, another drop from Inno. And this poor command center, this poor CC was top left, and then it went 12 o'clock. And now it's going top left again. Oh, but kill it though. Oh my gosh, these Goliaths, these are stuck behind the tanks. This would be a lot more effective if they weren't stuck behind these tanks. This command center might actually be dead if these Goliaths were not trapped. This game is nuts. I really like it. Oh, SCVs. No, once again, Canata just not paying attention to the small things. Don't send SCVs to a base that just got super tank dropped. Don't let them go back. They'll want to. Don't allow it. Look at this float. Fix the CC. Okay, the repair on the CC is coming in almost to under 100 HP, which is low. What do we got? A head down south here. Canata, wow, just kind of smashing his face into the defenses at the 6 o'clock base of INnoVation's. SCVs coming in to kind of jump on top of these tanks and cause some friendly tank fire. I don't know. These tanks, most of them aren't sieged up, though. That's not the worker count for INnoVation. He was up by about 20 workers, and that just completely disappeared. Oh, 10 of the workers disappeared anyway. Oh, he's just using unsieged siege tanks here. He's got +2 attack, and so does INnoVation. They both have +2 attack at this stage for their mech units. And Canata's got this top left base. Although this 12 o'clock area kind of belonging, well, no one has their own mineral-only expand at this point. This is how chaotic this game has been. Seriously, though, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Trying to get to 100,000 subs. All right. Reinforcing the bottom right corner because these bases have been under assault today multiple times. Taken and retaken. This really feels like a battle within the StarCraft universe, doesn't it? This really feels like just both players are consistently dropping on each other, trying to defend, scanning, keeping an eye on what the other one is doing, just never giving up, never surrendering, never taking their foot off the gas, I guess. Okay, we're just going to walk in here and, man, Vulture's just charging a tank line is crazy. But Spider-Mine, okay, just wiped out a tank, and look at him just stutter stepping in. Ooh, the drop top left is pretty good for Inno too, and then he brings the units from the 12 o'clock to help wipe everything out and wins that battle. So, yep, what did I say about the corners? Not a good place to be. Look at him stutter stepping his tanks trying to get these SCVs as they flee. That's a war crime. They're committing their Canata, but that's okay. SCV's coming back to the third, and Canata's in a bad way. Canata's on 3 bases, but guess what? So's Inno. Nobody has the 12 o'clock or 6 o'clock. Nobody has the corners. Lift the command center. Lift this. There you go. Okay, so Inno does lift the CC and starts it running. Once again, turrets being produced. Try to shoot down the CC, but it's got jets on it. It can maneuver. while it's in the air. You can't see the jets, but they're there, I promise. They added them in StarCraft 2. Right, INnoVation lifts his... Oh, that's his main CC, I think. He lifts his main CC to go top left. And the same thing's happening here from Canata to take his bottom right. This is fantastic. This is a very mirror-y match. Both players are working on Goliaths here at 25 minutes. Kanata's got this high ground. He was covering this high ground too. Oh, sure. Yeah, we'll just flip this command center over the constructing turrets. Ow. Ow. Okay, well, it got out of there without dying, but it's sub 400 HP and actively burning down as a result. 104 to 87 supply at 25 minutes means this game has been a bloodbath. Heartbreak Ridge. What a fun map. Got a lot of games on this map. Not so many recent ones, but definitely a lot of the ones from that 2008 to 2016 range. Definitely a bunch of those here. Okay, so both players tentatively trying to take the 12 o'clock and the 6 o'clock and hang on to their unnaturally taken corner bases. This does not belong to Inno normally. This doesn't belong to Canata normally. But that's what's been going on today because both players went for drops, and drops are making it very hard to hold these bases. There's 2 turrets to defend this. If something came over here and dropped, it would die. But Canata says, I've got early warning systems here, and I'm holding the center too, so it should be hard for INnoVation to get units over here to wipe that out, I think is what his thinking is right now. Yeah, it's funny seeing a base without a command center, but that's what Terran can do. So lift it off and move it without it necessarily being destroyed, and that's why the CC is missing. Ooh, more dropships on the way. I think Kanata's got pretty good map control. 35 to 31 workers. INnoVation has had a worker lead, but it's pretty low right now. 4 worker difference is not going to be a big one at this stage of the game. What is this? An assault. INnoVation trying to assault this 6 o'clock that Canata is holding. Alright, what do we got here? It is battle cruisers. We tech lab the physics lab, the science facility. We are 2 starport battle cruisering here, working on air weapons. Let's rock. And then INnoVation says this is a good time to drop. And then it gets rebuffed. So he's going to try to drop down. He does. He does drop bottom right. This has been a really successful position for dropping today. And working, reinforcing units from Canata coming in, trying to shut this thing down. Oh, this Goliath. Oh my gosh, that Goliath does get it. But, my gosh, SCV is getting the hug of death to these siege tanks. And the tank, the Goliaths are trying to save it. No! Tank goes down. And INnoVation is shut down to this base. Wow, 2 Goliaths survive. 5 kills apiece. Looking pretty good, boys. Incredible stuff. Does INnoVation know about this physics lab? Kind of want to have his vision for a minute here. Oh, and then he's saved. Okay, he's Canata sent some units over to save that. Here we go. Dropping the main again. And he catches... There you go. Catches full sight of the battle cruisers. Battle cruisers must fight. Ah! There's only one Goliath here to fight against the BCs. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have come in with this little anti-air if he knew battle cruisers were here. All right. Yeah, that was some pretty good Goliath and micro. Now these siege tanks are in a lot of trouble, but they are raining fire down on the buildings here in Canata's main base. My gosh. Supply depot's going down. Not supplyable in Canata because he's only at 108 supply. Stopping the air attack upgrade is huge. The ship weapons upgrade is massive. Going after a ComSat station too a little bit. Look at him just... He wants the ComSat station. And then look, he's going to come back with more stuff. INnoVation says this drop has lasted so long, I got a wave 2 on it. He unloads a bunch of Goliaths and wipes out one of the BCs. The other one can't engage into 4 Goliaths with +2 attack. No, sir. The armory does go down before ship weapons finishes. No. This is terrible stuff. This drop has been so good for INnoVation. Canata is supply blocked at this stage. He brings some tanks over to try to help stabilize his own main. It's a big ask. Oh, it's another stuck Goliath. He'd like to participate in this battle, but he can't. Oh, how are these Goliaths doing? They are injured, but not that injured, actually. Battle cruiser, are you willing to die for this? Oh, 60 HP and just enough to wipe out this siege tank with 2 kills. All right, 5 kill BC, 60 hit points to his name, and Inno's back with more stuff. Oh, INnoVation trying to put the foot down on this battle cruisering Terran player, Canata. And he's like, yeah, wait, why did he... Dude, this... I do not know if I agree with leaving there. These tanks are a problem in all fairness, but... Dude, the supply block on Canata is real. There's just rubble everywhere in his main base, everywhere that you can see. Wraiths being produced by INnoVation to try to deal with this. It's always good to see Wraiths being built to actually fulfill the purpose they were designed for by Blizzard in 1997 or whenever they did it. They're supposed to kill capital ships. They're supposed to kill battle cruisers, but it's kind of a rare thing to see BCs in TVT. And sometimes it's just BC versus BC. We don't see any Wraiths at all. So it's a little bit tough for Wraiths to be just to be used for the reason they were designed, I guess, in StarCraft. Ow. Snipe it. Yeah, CD transfer. Nice try, muchachos. Okay, haven't looked at the economic situation in a minute, but we're still in this weird setup where you just have the bases on your side of the map, and then the 6 o'clock belongs to Canata, and INnoVation has the 12 o'clock. So we're even on base count. 38 to 31 workers here from INnoVation. So he should be mining more quickly, which might mean he mines out more quickly, which is a problem. Look at him working on 3 Wraiths at a time, getting his own ship weapons upgrades, and just more battle cruisers being added. Well, I say more, but these are the same 2 that have been in production for the last 60 seconds because it takes a long time to make a BC. We've repaired up this battle cruiser because repairing is always more cost efficient than just letting something die and replacing it. Every single time, especially for battle cruisers, big ticket items. Look at him repairing up his tanks too. He knows. Cheaper to repair it than to build a new siege tank. Canata knows what's up, man. So yeah, we're just kind of 3 port wraithing. Yeah, 3 port wraithing here. Wraith count looking good. That ship weapons upgrade is coming in. Hot and heavy. Battle cruisers on the move out. He's like, well, I got 3 of them. Might as well go for it. He's rebuilding a new armory so that he can get the upgrades here, but guess who? Drop position. Battle cruisers trying to find stuff to kill. Stuff that doesn't shoot back, ideally. Alright, science facility providing some vision in the center here. Canata's trying to hold on to it. Man, INnoVation's up 149 to 115 supply. That's pretty big. Pretty big advantage. Still, no one cares. Well, actually, +3 vehicle weapons is coming in from Canata here. I wonder. He's trying to, like, feint a little bit. Look, I'm going mass BC. Really, he's getting +3 for his mech and hoping maybe that INnoVation overmakes Wraiths. And he kills like 2 or 3 BCs, and then he's got 20 Wraiths, and then he dies to the Goliaths, right? Yamato getting researched. Yeah, man, just nothing but Wraiths here. Looks like an assault is being set up down here to the 6 o'clock base on INnoVation. There are 2 turrets and a bunch of tanks, and once again, just driving in with his vulture buddies. Tanking damage that would otherwise go to the tanks, and he does. He wipes out every tank defending this base. These SCDs have to evac bottom right, which is kind of nice that they have that. The BCs come in, and they're like, well, oh, you know, nope, no Wraiths remain in this assault force, so the tanks have to run or, you know, just straight up get murderized because that's what's happening. Goliaths joining the party, and Canata takes the 6 o'clock. Re-lands there. Battle cruisers responding were able to save it, and this command center of INnoVation just straight up dies. He doesn't really need the supply. I'm not sure he needs the CC either. But what else? Yamato here. It is more battle cruisers and it is more ship weapons. So maybe it's not a feint out of Canata. He's restarting a ship weapons upgrade, but those Wraiths have got their +1 ship weapons ready to rock. They're working on Cloak too. Yeah. Wraith flying animation is so cool. It just is. Look how jittery this one is. Maybe he's new. Doesn't know quite how to fly smooth and level like he should. It's okay. He'll figure it out. Whew, that's a big Wraith ball. What is that? It's like 12 plus like 7? Yo, Yamato tank, you're repairing this tank. What's not all that cost efficient is if you spend money to repair a unit and then it immediately dies without getting any more value for you, that's not great. Not at all. Goliaths, don't walk into spider mines, you dummies. Oh, here we go. Wraiths up. If we can kill these Goliaths, the battle cruisers are in a lot of trouble. Goliaths trying to pull back to the turret. Detection doesn't matter. These Wraiths do not care. Battle cruiser down. Battle cruiser down. The Wraiths, I don't know if they should still be here with this turret. Dude, the hug of life on that turret is real. Wraith damage, there just aren't enough of them to like 1 volley down that turret or 2 volley down the turret. Turrets have a lot of HP, guys. 200 HP is actually a bunch for something that does 9 damage per shot versus ground when they have +1 attack. So there you go. Wraiths being used for their natural purpose of killing battle cruisers. And now they're killing siege tanks, which is more often what they're used for in this matchup. Right, you're in a TBT that's been going on for half an hour, and your opponent only has vultures and siege tanks, so you just fire up a bunch of starports and make a bunch of Wraiths and then win. But you know, at the pro level, they'll probably notice you're throwing up Wraiths and start making their own Wraiths. Just usually, that's how that works. Siege tanks, firing on INnoVation's tanks as they come in. Look at him muta-stacking effectively, getting a tank too with it. Trying to avoid taking missile turret shots. This is a very ZVT thing. Ooh, gets another tank, cloaks, bails out of there. Valkyries are on the way. I was going to say, when you're dealing with a big group of Wraiths, Valkyries, where you want to be. Just looking at these cloaked Wraiths reminds me of a game between Scan, and I think it might have been somebody like Snow or something on Olympus, where he did go Wraiths against a carrier Protoss. If you want a link to that, let me know. I'll get it to you. And I think there was another amazing TVT cast featuring 4GG that did have Wraiths and battle cruisers and Valkyries, and it was awesome. So ask for a link to that too if you want it. This move, oh, siege tanks take down, just get wiped out by spider mines there. No, tanks getting, here come the Valkyries. Get out of there, Wraith boys. The scan, the firing on in, and every Wraith dies, and that's it. INnoVation GG's out. And Canata wins it. What? What an incredibly abrupt ending that was. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. I always, whenever somebody GG's on the other side of the map, I'm always like, what happened exactly? So we're just gonna rewind a little bit here. I just want to see the state of the game for Inno. Canata wins it in what I think is a win because INnoVation just wasn't quite attentive enough to his units to keep them alive and keep the fight going. Okay, so yes, we're doing this. I get it. These tanks both die. But man, what a weird, wild, and wacky TVT this was. Tons of fun. Thanks, Team Liquid forums, for whoever posted this replay pack. It's 680 pro game replays from 1.15 and 1.16. Anyway, and they're all sorted into like matchup 2. It's a great pack. I've used a lot of replays in that back in my day. Okay, so look, the Wraiths are like, haha, we have superiority. And then the Valkyries show up. And then he's fighting the Valkyries, and then they all die, and then he GG's. Okay, let's take stock. Let's take stock here. We're at 40 minutes into the game. It's 93 to 89 overall supply in favor of INnoVation after he GG's. He's got 37 to 32 total workers. He's sitting about 800 minerals and 200 gas. He's mining from his 12 o'clock, only minerals here, which aren't going to be that useful to him. He does have one refinery top left he's mining from. Is he still mining from, yep, this refinery, this refinery. He's doing what he can to get the little bits of gas that are left over in these Vespine geysers, but this is the only one that is still kicking it with 1,300 gas left in there. Canata still has his 6 o'clock and his bottom right, so he's basically even economically with Canata. But I think the larger problem might be that he really just has stuff that can't shoot up, right? He's got tanks and vultures here. He doesn't have anything defending up here. He's going to make a couple, maybe if he makes more race, the Valkyries are still that problem. He's got turrets, which don't really help against a battlecruiser Valkyrie army. You can Yamato those down. These belong to Canata. And these are vultures. I think that might be what happened here with Inno. I think he's got army, but they're of no use against a battlecruiser fleet. And by fleet, I mean there are 4 battlecruisers here. And they almost have +2 attack, which is nice, but yeah. Wow. What an ending. Just kind of an unfortunate one for INnoVation. I think if he kills these tanks and gets out of here, maybe starts making some Goliaths of his own, and then just waits for these very slow BCs to walk across the map and start causing him problems, he could probably handle it. But instead, every one of his Wraiths died. He taps out. So GG Canata. Like, I'm not saying Canata didn't deserve that win. That was scraptastic. The drops were on point consistently today. I think every one but one of the drops was successful. I think one drop couldn't quite pull it off at the end. But every other one was just like, I'm here to drop you, and then the base dies, and now it belongs to the dropper. Very fun. Really, really fun TBT. We got battle cruisers, and the battle cruisers won. Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. All right, well, let's go ahead and check out this final score. See what we get from the number standpoint. 279 APM to 261 APM in favor of INnoVation, but 253 to 242 on the total points there, favoring Canata. INnoVation outproduced Canata, but got outkilled by Canata by similar numbers. Structures raised 35 to 26 in favor of Inno. And he did outspend Canata here pretty substantially, too. Almost 8,000 resources in 40 minutes. In a mirror matchup, outspending your opponent by 8,000 resources in 40 minutes should have given you an advantage, but he had army. He had income. But he didn't... he just didn't have the right kind of army, you know? Man. That was incredible. That was a really, 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 really great TVT. I think I'm going to epic tag that one. That was a ton of fun. All right. Fantastic. And guess what? That's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. If you like what you saw, what you heard today, you can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.